Chasing dreams down that open road. Living fast, baby, all I know. Daddy told me gotta give it my all. Cause we're some blue-collared outlaws. We're living life at full speed, there's no pacing. Midwest lifestyle, Ohio grudge racing. Taking home the money wide open on that open road. It's full throttle since the baby bottle, baby, this is all I know. And overload, tires roll, tell them I want all the smoke. Slow boats will choke in my rear view. Adios, run your car, not your mouth, put your money where your motor is. Heavy hitters, dream killers, kill shot, hold them still, told them chill, we on fire. Life is lit with rocket fuel, stop it fool. Blue-collared outlaws, who think you talking to? Winning attitude all on the line and we ain't about to lose. Beat the brake pads off, knock your car up out the shoes. Line them out, chalk them up, underdogs on top again. Never say die, we from Columbus, so we gotta win. Hard working, fast running outlaws, a street racing. All your dreams is in my tail lights, you can keep chasing.
What's up, everyone? Tell me who else got a theme song by Struggle Jennings and a cool ass white cat. Yeah. I don't know how cool this cat is. Pain in my, look at that. Pain in my ass. What up, Marty? Tommy? What's up, Eric? Yeah, I love that song, man. He did a great job on it. Scott, what's up, homie? John, yeah. Every time she got to come down here, every time for the live feed, get petted for a little bit and then attack me underneath the daggone desk. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this cat. Eddie, what's up, bro? Deep Junk in the house. T-Bone, how's it going? Michael, Rob. That's right. Get on over there, man. Get on over there. Because, yeah. Boost, what's up? What's up? No, sir. I will not be anywhere but the barn this weekend working on Toxic. I would love to go to Cincy Street Nights on Friday and then Milan for Detroit PYOP on Saturday, but I'm going to stay home and keep plugging away on this damn Blazer. Only way it's going to get done is if I stay home and work on it. Leg's doing good. Actually, today was the first day I attempted leg day in the gym. So I went easy with it, and everything felt fine. So I'm going to, here in a few days, I'm going to try and go hard and see what's what. But, yeah, leg's healing up fine, thanks. What's up, James? How you doing, buddy? Brian, what's up, Bubba? So, yeah, I don't know. I didn't go anywhere this weekend either. I stayed home and get stuff done and didn't make nearly enough progress on the Blazer, but what do? You never do, right? It always seems like no matter how much work you put in, it's never enough till it's done. But it's getting there. A lot of great races this weekend, though. You got anything for free? I got a lot of headaches from everybody crying and bitching the last 2 weeks. I've gotten that for free. My Lord, I tell you, all last week, and it's crazy that I've had people try to force me to side one way or the other about this Onondaga thing, or people just outright unfriend me or whatever for going up there and supporting Jasper, or people telling me, the quick and the short is, if I don't side with them, I'm a piece of shit. Listen, there's one thing that's always been consistent about me. Draw a line in the sand and tell me it's this or that. I'm always going to pick whatever it is you don't want. I'll never be dictated to or forced to make a decision for anything. I made my decision on that one, and if people can't have a different opinion than what I do about the situation, and we can still be adults about it after, such is life. Listen, I've done way worse things in my life than cuss a couple people out like I did this past week. And I've had way worse things done to me in my life than people cry about a decision that I made and unfriend me. So, fuck it. Now, this week, shit that don't have nothing to do with me at all, everybody crying about classes all again. Racing season ain't even over yet. Can we at least get these last few races done and get snow on the ground before everybody starts crying about classes? Jesus. I'm telling you, for sure, fall is here because everybody's fucking crying. That's my brother, regardless. And I'm going to stand beside out, I'm going to stand with him no matter what. I don't care. I made my opinion clear about everything to everybody that needed to hear it on this live feed, to all the interested parties face to face during the race, at the race. I was respectful and polite about everything. But like I said, nobody's ever going to tell me what I'm going to do or word stuff in such a way as that I'm a piece of shit if I don't agree with them. I'll be a piece of shit then. I mean, listen, I'm like, I've done so much sinister, sinful things in my life, as the other person that I used to be. Going to a race that somebody doesn't like is the least of my fucking concerns in terms of morality. Plain and simple. I love my people that I love, and that's that. But that's all for that. But Jesus, now this weekend everybody crying about appreciate it, brother. I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. I'm gonna be down there with you before long. Look, getting lean. I gotta man, I did this leg thing kind of messed me up because I couldn't do cardio like my body's used to. So I did pack on a few pounds, but I'm getting that back off. That 3 weeks off from the treadmill sucked. I did do some recumbent bicycle stuff. It was like something's better than nothing, but it don't compare to the treadmill in my world. Everybody's different, but nah, I agree. It's a pissing contest. It's a big money grab for a lot of people. People want to, just do it out of ego, and there's certain people that just want to do it out of ego and profiting. And there's some people that will just stir up a bunch of shit to rally troops to their cause for bullshit classes, so it is what it is. Oh yeah, I mean they're small, but you know what I mean. I'm getting lean. I'm getting there. This winter, I'm gonna put a huge bulk on. I'm gonna really kill it. Hopefully, that's the plan. Anyways, we'll see what my body's the boss, not me. Well, that's the other thing. Like, if a car fits the rules, and then somebody enters said class, and wins, why is everybody crying? You know what I mean? If all the rules are spelled out and somebody enters their car which meets 100% of the qualifications and they go in there and win, what the fuck is there to cry about? Boo fucking who? I'm of the same opinion, And I'm also glad to see a few other posts like that. But, Beater Bomb made a post that's like, all the people who don't work on their shit always crying about the people who do. And that's really what it boils down to. It's not it really isn't like this big unfair money advantage or any of that shit. There's guys out there who just work on their stuff 24/7, 365, every free moment they have. Test, refine. And that's why they're the elite of the elite. And then, yes, they win as a result, and that gives them money that they can put back into their program. But they all started off just like anybody else. Yeah, I mean, I agree. People are afraid to lose. And that's how you win, though. You got to lose. You think any great winner, any great champion throughout anything in life, of anything, Michael Jordan didn't start off just winning. Peyton Manning, you know what I mean? All these great athletes and even the racers, John Force, one of the greatest there ever was. Dude loses way more than he wins, but when he wins, it's in a major fucking way. So I don't know, man. Well, again, I mean, they fit the rules, so you know what I mean? If it fits, it ships. What and listen, those guys are a prime example. They're out testing. They're out testing. If they're not racing, they're testing every day that possible. If they're not, at a track Friday, Saturday racing, they're at the same tracks in a little rotation down there in their area, testing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, getting ready for Friday or Saturday. They're a prime example. You can't knock their program because you better outwork them. And when you work as hard as them, then you accumulate the money and then you accumulate the cars and the stuff they have over the years. It's just basic, simple math. Tears don't buy wins, period. I'm making that shirt. I'm writing that shit down. Tears don't buy wins, do work. I'm making that shirt. Be ready for that one. Absolutely. That's it. We're all born losing. Some of us just work harder to become winners. That's all. You know what I mean? Well, I don't even know that I would say necessarily like the money part of it, but you're right. You're on the same page. People are going to circumvent any and every rule they can every time. And why not? If it fits in the rules, it ain't cheating. Fuck your feelings. Fuck the gray area that doesn't exist. Fuck your tears. Do the same thing. There is no, I don't know. People are like, well, it's not honorable or it's not in the spirit of competition. The spirit of competition is if you enter a small tire class, for instance, and it says steel roof and quarters, 28-10-5, non-W, no wheelie bars, and your vehicle shows up and fits those parameters, fuck all the tears. What's stopping you from, beating the guy that won? If you go to a race and somebody's consistently winning, instead of making Facebook posts and crying, here's a crazy ass suggestion. Why not just go over and say, hey man, congratulations, you're a pretty badass dude or chick, and I admire what you're doing. You got any pointers for someone like me that would like to eventually one day beat your ass in a race? Because I'm having trouble figuring it out. And I want to go faster. And I guarantee you, 99% of these people will help you out. I mean, they may not babysit you and take you under their wing and all that stuff, but I guarantee you they'll have 99% of them will have a conversation with you and respect you more if you're like, hey, man, I'm trying to be where you're at. Yeah, I'm even trying to beat you one day. Got any pointers? You had a lot of bad luck. That thing come a long way this year, bro. You should be very proud of that car, man. You guys did a lot. You had a lot of obstacles to overcome, man. Yeah, but you gotta be then let's be realistic. You're saying right here, I can't give 24/7, unfortunately, but I still get out and travel and try to spend with all the, but these guys are spending 24/7. This is what it takes to beat them. So if you can't make the sacrifices that they are making, is that their fault? We gotta be realistic and honest with ourselves. If we can't give the effort that they can, is it their fault? Are they a bad guy for winning or girl? I mean, let's be 100% honest about it. Right. I mean, I know it's like a shitty reality to have to look in the mirror and have that conversation. I had that conversation. This is why my junk has taken 5.5 years and been rebuilt 4 times to try and keep up with all these people, because I don't have the time and or money to just go build stuff the way they do. And I understand in my world, it takes more time for me to accumulate the money to be where they are. Hopefully I'll be close. I don't even know at this point, but I can't afford to sell off a bunch of stuff and start back over again. But I'll put this thing together with what I have, and I'll go do what I can, and I'll learn and refine and upgrade as needed as time goes on. And hopefully one day people will be bitching about me and crying. I'd love that. I would fucking love that if there started being like, boo hoo hoo, Josh beats everybody post. No, hold on. Lord, I don't know when in the future that could happen, but if it could happen, I would be happy and grateful. Thank you. Amen. I know you're not supposed to pray for stuff like that, but listen, that's the facts, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, they do. They've dedicated their lives to it. You know what I mean? If we're not able to, I'm not able to. I still got to work a day job. I still do all the other stuff I do in my personal life, do the OGR thing and try to build this race car. I'm not at a point in my life where I could devote 24/7 to it or the time and dedication they do. Hopefully one day, but you know what I mean? I'll have a blast, man. I'll have a blast. There's so many great people in this sport. And I hate to even focus right now on the crybabies, because really they're such a small percentage of this sport. We really shouldn't even give them their due per se, really. Man, because they're okay. Listen, my dude right here, killing it this year, made huge progress over last year. Doesn't get on Facebook and bitch and complain when he has bad luck. and he's had quite a bit of bad luck, and just always fucking hammering the best he can. And I know one day he's going to be one of those dudes that's consistently on the top because his attitude, his work ethic, and his dedication. And because my little homie, his right-hand man, his favorite food is pizza, just like me. And listen, pizza being your favorite food group will get you places. Hey, David, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Oh, TV. Well, I mean, TV's cool. So, like MPK and those shows have dumped a lot of money into this, but I think they've also created some unrealistic expectations and stuff like TV does sometimes. Those guys, I mean, it's a full-time job. A lot of people don't realize, the time and effort, energy that those guys put into vehicles and to race at that level. Whatever, man. You got a bullet. You get out there and practice with that thing a little bit. Yep, still roofing quarters, no wheelie bars. I agree. 20. I wish we could all vote. I wish we could all vote and decide on this 28, 10, 5 non-W or 29-inch tire debate also. So we could have some universal rules across the country on that one. I don't think it really matters that much, to be honest. But that could be just one less headache and argument we could eliminate. Oh, it's the only food group. Only thing I really miss, man. That's usually my cheat meal. I love my pizza. Yes, sir. I hope everything's going well with you. I'm just having fun. I know I sound like I'm probably bitching a little bit. I guess I am, but I'm just having fun with it. It just cracks me up. I can't remember who said somewhere earlier. I saw in a post somewhere, every Monday is when basically they said every Monday is when all the tears start. Everybody crying about the races from this weekend, man. These people show up and did a lot of amazing stuff. These guys and gals that win these races, and they work tirelessly, and they accumulate a team of family or friends that help them out. And, they do all the right stuff that it takes to win. And sometimes it's one guy in the garage alone, home alone. And sometimes it's a team of people, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. But, man, it takes a lot of effort. These guys and girls that get out here and consistently win, they don't just luck into it. It's such a disrespectful method to get online and cry and bitch and complain about them winning when they fit the rules, because they've worked hard and busted their ass to do it. Yeah, still on jack stands. Be coming down here next couple weekends, though. I'm getting close to getting her off the jack stands. Maybe this weekend I'll get it down on the ground. There's been a lot. I mean, competition is fierce. This year's been amazing. No matter where you race in the country, what race you watch, and all the live feeds will show you, it's tight. Despite all the boo-hoos and the crying and everything, that's the other thing, is racing is real tight now. And generally speaking, every race, man, if both cars make a perfect pass, usually there's like a car or less difference at the finish line. I mean, despite all the stuff we're seeing today, it's amazing how competitive this really has got, and how smart and advanced everybody's become over the last couple of years, man. Yeah, I mean, it ain't even that big a difference. I think I don't even know that there's any advantage to it per se. Uh, I just wish everybody would agree on it. You know, I mean, I agree with you. 28 versus 29. I think it's a toss up on who's going to win. No, there really isn't. I mean, the whole field. I'd venture to say that at any race, the whole field is typically um, is within 1 second of each other, and that sounds like a lot, but it isn't in terms of racing or reaction time, a little bit of tire slip. You know what I mean? Anything can happen. Uh, you think it's consistently faster? I don't know. In this day and age, I think anybody could figure out either way. I don't think there's a huge advantage anymore. You know, at this point, it's surface. You know, horsepower, surface, grip. Tire's not that much bigger. It could be an advantage. I don't know. Man, I can't wait for that day. I can't wait for that day. Congratulations. I know that feels good. Um, I guess we got to qualify some things on a backside race or street. I don't know. On a front side like Edgewater, which is no prep classified, but listen, that thing comes around and people are flying. You're probably right. You know what I mean? Some of these front side races now that are no prep, uh, that aren't being scraped and washed and whatever. And I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. It is what it is, and everybody's entitled to run their race the way they want. But some of those no prep races that just aren't prepped the day of the race kind of deal, or get scraped out 60 or 100 foot and come right back around as if it was prepped. Yeah, you're possibly right. Where traction's an issue, somewhere like pacemakers when they scrub and wash it, I don't think so necessarily. I'd like I'd like to see it. I'd like to see some good. I'd like the opportunity for us to collect that data and see. I guess. I mean, backside street, you're not far off though from where a lot of these guys are. That's you know what I mean. You're in there a little bit more, and you'll be in there. That is the nature of the beast, though, isn't it? Squeeze out every tenth you can get, just wring it out like an orange in a vice. I agree. I agree. I mean that's the facts. Is I don't know what that percentage is, what that number is, but the majority of us uh, aren't going to win consistently. Uh, but again, I think it all boils down to effort. And I think a lot of people whose lives don't afford them the time or resources, because we can't say it doesn't take amount of resources, it does. But I think the greatest resource is time and testing. That definitely will put someone at a disadvantage. More data, more refinement, the better you know your car. That's why these guys, like, for instance, the Prestons can show up at someplace like Onondaga and do so well, and then go down to the Turkey Bash and do so well. They know their car. They test on all kinds of different surfaces, all kinds of different racing, and they know what it takes. Doing good, Tim. How are you doing, buddy? How's everything after that monster wheelie? Everything okay? Ryan, how you doing? Are you nitrous? I mean, these nitrous guys are getting it figured out. You can't really say that, because the black bitch rolls out on a lot of people and wins a lot of races. So nitrous definitely is still in the game. Oh yeah, rolling. I mean, that car rolls. They know what they're doing. Oh man. Yeah, see? It's not that they're messed up, but that just means racing went down because other things went ahead of it. Now you'll get settled in on the marriage and the house stuff, and racing can come back up. It's just, life is a chaotic ballet sometimes. You just got to figure out how to prioritize things and realize, how it equates to timelines. I agree, man. I don't know what's going on. I wish they would. I wish it would make a comeback, but it seems like everybody's putting smalls on their stuff. So I think next year you're going to be hard pressed to find anybody running big tire at these local no prep races. Gabe, how you doing, buddy? But I think we should just instead of crying or even participating in all these crying posts, we should just start ignoring them. And then let's just focus on celebrating the people who bust their ass, make the sacrifices, and win, because that deserves celebration, that deserves recognition. And stop jump. I know, because like it's could be cool and funny, and you can make some little funny jokes or whatever about all the boo-hoo, whatever. But listen, let's celebrate the champions, man, because they've earned it. What is some crybaby who isn't willing to put in the work? I mean, in effort versus reward, let's just put it this way, because we'll make it simple. That someone who sits at home and bitches and cries about someone who won a race deserve credit or attention or social status on social media. You know what I mean? Or should we celebrate the people who are busting their ass day in, day out, dedicated their lives and their situations to winning, and made the sacrifices? I know that it's easier to complain or to make excuses about why we aren't winning and they are, and how terrible they are because we're not them. But listen, the fact of the matter is, Most of us aren't working as hard as they do, aren't making the sacrifices they make. We're putting in the effort they do, and that's why we're not in their shoes yet. That doesn't mean that can't change. It doesn't mean that we can't be there one day too. But, instead of feeding the trolls, let's celebrate the champions, because what is a crybaby doesn't deserve anything. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like when my kids were growing up, they'd cry in the middle of the night. I'd get up, feed them, change their diaper, and then once they were done, I'd put them back in the bed, and I'd leave them alone. And you know what? They grew up to be just fine. They're not crybabies because I didn't give them attention every time they cried just for the sake of crying. It gets old, man. But like I said, we are partially to blame. Us as people on social media. I have been guilty of it too, and I still am sometimes. I'll get on there and make smart ass comments. But listen, I think let's all just, you don't have to, but listen, I'm going to raise my hand and say I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. I'm going to make a serious effort to stop participating in crybaby posts, because fuck them, crybaby ass motherfuckers. And I know I'm supposed to stop cussing. I tell you guys that all the time, but that was worth those cuss words. Let's celebrate the champions more, and the people who go out there and bust their ass, and maybe they don't win, but they lose gracefully, and they come back every weekend, and you see them improve, and you know what I mean? You see them putting in the effort, and they're winning in terms of progress, because one day they're climbing all those ladder rungs right now. And I'll tell you right now, like this dude right here has come a long way in the last year and a half. He busts his ass, and he don't go on there and complain or cry about anything. When the cards don't fall in his favor, whether it's track prep or track conditions rather, or he missed the tune-up or whatever, I've never seen him get online and boo-hoo, cry, bash anybody else. He just says, it wasn't our day. We're going to learn from it. We're going to improve next time. And every time he does. And I've seen him take his lumps over the last year and a half, and I got a lot of respect for Tim, because his program has improved. He's improved, and he's just going to continue to improve because he's got the right attitude. What's up, brother? I was home doing what I had to do, but I miss seeing you this weekend. Girl, I know. Look at this. I have had zero time to get my hair cut. I almost look like a girl. Exactly. Yeah, I did have to go off the deep end for a second. You're gonna get it, brother. You're on your way, man. You know what I mean? You're gonna get there. You know what it takes. You're putting in the work, man, the right way, and you got the right attitude. You'll get there. Yes, sir. I'm just trying to stay in the lab and get this hunk of junk done. So maybe we can get the line up someday soon, and you can freight train me by 20 cars until I get this hunk of junk figured out. I know I'm gonna get my teeth kicked in for a while, but it is what it doesn't. You know the deal. You got to, right? So yeah, man. I just say let's all just start ignoring the crybaby posts, man. It doesn't serve anything. Listen, I tell you what, you can make a million crybaby posts. I'm not changing my rules. I don't care. I'm all about that gladiator life. And I've seen people say, oh, well, the people who don't have any rules are, look at their races. And I'm not, listen, I'm not bragging when I say this, but I've just seen like a dozen posts where people are saying races like Uncaged are going to die off. Listen, we had 98 small tire cars. There aren't that many races that has had more small tire cars in an event than what we did. And my rules are still roof and quarter door car, no wheelie bar, 28, 10, 5, non-W's, basic safety equipment. That's it. Period. And the people who made it to the finals were not tube chassis cars. We had to shut it down because of the wreck. But the three people that were in the semifinals at the time when it got done were all vehicles that got their frames, that got their factory frames, stock style suspension. See, and still work, still getting her figured out, but whew, you getting there. Oh, I can't wait till you're just like everybody. It's right around the corner. I know it. I'm working on it, girl. I'm working on it. So, I'm not changing rules. I'm not bragging or anything. There's a lot of great races this year or whatever. I'm just saying that's not even a valid argument because there are tons of big races out there. There are tons of tracks having huge races out there that got minimal rules because it don't matter. It doesn't matter. Like backwards vents, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't. So let's just have fun. Let's just make the internet a more positive place. I know it won't be completely positive, but let's have fun. There's a lot of great racing this weekend. Cincy Street Nights Friday and Saturday is going to be a great time. Detroit Hood TV PYOP is going to be a great time. Where's everybody going? What else is there? I did pull up Kara's list and see what else we got coming up this weekend. I know there's some good races. Oh yeah, and a diaper. They're only $130. Save your life. Save the life of the person in the lane next to you for $130. And also help with cleanup. Heaven forbid you scatter the motor. The track doesn't have a lot of time cleaning up. Yes, sir. That's it right there, man. That's it. How else are you going to be a champion if you don't go face them and know where you stand and measure yourself honestly against them and say, wow, I raced so-and-so. They put 3 cars on me. What do I got to do to figure that out? Because next time I line up with them, I don't want that to happen again. I mean, that's the mentality it takes. That's the dedication it takes. Bro, you're one of the killers. You've had a little bit of bad luck, but you're up there this year. But that's because you guys have put in the work, man, and you guys are out there busting ass. So you've earned your spot, and you're definitely classified as one of the killers. I like what I see out of you guys. You guys are awesome. Yeah, here's the list right here. So, so you got Cincy Street Nights, Cash Days of Virginia, Mr. Limpy himself on a flashlight. I still want to make it down there to Twin River Raceway. That place looks awesome. Kind of looks like Brown County, narrow ass track with grass in the middle. I think those lanes might be narrower than Brown County. Flashlight drag party. Listen, I'm not even going to make a joke about what that sounds like, but it's in Odessa, Texas. Hercules No Prep Racing Series, I-57 in Benton, Illinois. Hoosier No Prep Series, Wabash Valley Dragway in Terre Haute. I don't know if I ever say that right. Detroit Hood TV. My homie Mike putting on the gangster race, putting money on top of Small Tire. My man Bob Rice will be there with the Gangster Live feed, as always. Blocks No Prep Mayhem, English Mountain, Newport No Prep, Newport Raceway, Arkansas. No Prep Players Ball, BJ Flagman in Twin City Raceway. Street Outlaws in North Carolina. Battle of the Thrones, South Georgia. Is that Radio Prep? No Mercy 14. Radio Prep. Oh. So there's a lot of good racing this weekend. Yeah, you know. See what I mean? Just ignore them. Don't even, you know what I mean? Don't even feed the trolls, as they say. Let's just keep it positive. Well, listen, you guys are gonna get it. I saw your post about this weekend. You guys will get that, man. That was a tough one. I mean, from what I was seeing, no rubber down and cold as hell. I agree. And awesome people to boot. You know what I mean? That makes it all the better. That's why I'm a fan. That Twin Cities, man. I'm real interested in there, and going down there one day. But I'm saving it for a race, for racing. No, sir. I'm staying home to work on the Blazer again. I gotta get this thing done. I want you to commentate my pass. Oh shit, Josh just got drugged by like 6 cars. That motherfucker's slow. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm gonna cuss him out. I mean, it's probably about how it's gonna go, but it's cool. I love you. Yeah, it looked cold. And it looked slick. I didn't get a chance to see any live feed or anything. That was a pretty good impression, though, right? Like, I felt like that's how Bob would say it. But yeah, it looked cold and slippery, man. Only way I'm going to Pacemakers is if the Blazer's done, and I can and they're doing testing too. So fingers crossed. I don't know what the hell's today. Let me pull the calendar up real quick. Today's the 9th. That's going to be a tall order. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. If the Blazer's done and ready for testing, I'll be there. That's the only way I'll be there. I'm not I'm not going anywhere until that thing's done and racing. I don't got a whole lot left, but it's just all the tedious stuff. Takes forever. Yeah, so hopefully so. I mean, I'd love to be there, but like I said, until that hunk of junk is ready, I'm staying home. You know, I love racing. I hate that I missed 42 this weekend. I know there was a lot of good racing, and I miss seeing everybody. And same thing with Cincy Street Nights this weekend and Detroit Hood TV, and any other races that I'm going to end up missing. But I gotta be selfish and focus on my stuff, get my stuff done, so I can. God, what hypocrite I would be if I went out and raced and I made a crybaby post. If I do that, will you guys just light me up? That would be great. That would be if I slip up and make a crybaby post, I just want all of you to just remind me of this day and what a hypocrite I am. Well, leg is good. Leg is good. You know, I did I worked my legs today. On the leg press, I pressed. I did 410 pounds. Full extension, full compression, 18 times. So I think we're in good shape. I think a couple other exercises and no issues. I just got to. I'm just taking it slow before I try to go real heavy anymore. But legs good, thanks. Well, if not, man, we'll have to get together for dinner or something. It's been too long. I know you will. Oh, I'm definitely going to change it, but I just got to get this version done and start testing. You know what I mean? It's just, that's been the problem over the last 5 years is I get it close and then I rip everything out, or I go to the next level and then it's chasing the dollars and all that. But it sucks being patient and doing it this way, but I don't have the big budget to just do it all at once. So, but I am, I am happy. Like I got everything I want out of this deal now. It's just taken me a long time. And some of the stuff I haven't needed, like the Dominator, I definitely needed, but I didn't need the 12-inch Pro Dash, but I wanted it. And yes, it costs a lot more, but that's just what I wanted. So it took a lot longer to save up money to buy it. It is what it is. And, a few other things that I probably don't necessarily need right this minute, but is the way I wanted it. So I just saved up and it took longer. Yeah. Well, that's what we were talking about earlier is I just wish everybody would stop feeding the trolls or commenting on the crybaby posts or any of that stuff anymore. I think maybe if we all start ignoring them, they'll stop or they'll go away a little bit less frequently. Man, this version's been 5 years. It's had, and in that 5 years, it's been built like 6 different versions. And yeah. But I have everything. It's everything that I want it to be. Like in theory, I should never break the rear end's built for 3,500 horsepower, which I'll never make. So in theory, I should never have any issues with the rear end. Transmission is overbuilt. So I should never have any problems with that. I got a gangster bolt together converter, super expensive, but I you know what I mean. So I got like the best of everything. I'm not that guy that can afford to buy all that stuff in a year. So time versus money. More money you have, less time it takes. Less money you have, more time it takes. Oh, I know, man. It does, but it's worth it. It's been a very big lesson in patience for me, and I'm cool with it. So this version is a stock. This version is a stock 6-liter block, stock cast heads, but in a stock crank. But otherwise, it's got aftermarket rods and pistons, and the heads have been machined and got all the crap and stuff and junk. And it's got a 94 113 millimeter VS Racing turbo. In theory, it should be capable of 12 to 1,400 horsepower. Got extreme automatics, 2-speed, 400. Got a Turner Racing transmission, bolt together converter. Got a Moser Fab 9 rear end. What else? Got every sensor imaginable. Long TRS, long travel front suspension. What else you want to know? Oh, I'm not a credit card guy on that stuff. I got to save up and buy it. Oh yeah, it happens easy. Oh yeah, I got some killer door panels that I got used. Well, I didn't get used. I got them. They're brand new. They haven't been mounted yet, but somebody sold their project, and I got the door panels cheap. I just bought a parachute for it yesterday. As a matter of fact, you saw that post. I did just buy a parachute for it yesterday. Yeah, that's what I got. Listen, when I say I have every sensor imaginable, I have every sensor imaginable. Low dollar motorsports. I got a million low dollar motorsports and Holley sensors everywhere. No butt hurt bar. I am going to build a top fuel wing, but since the Blazer roof was so high, I don't think I got to build any kind of elevation. I can just come off of it. I think I'm going to come off of it like 2 foot with a big swoop right off the roof line. And yeah, Waffles is my co-pilot. No, I think what's funny, but the Swede, the wing he has now on that Volvo wagon, pretty much is what I had envisioned for mine, and it seems to be working well for him. So yeah, something similar to that. If you're familiar with the Swede's Volvo wagon, that was pretty much what I was envisioning. Something about 2 foot long and long side panels. But mine would have to be on a hinge so I can so I can flip up the glass and flip down the tailgate. Yeah, so I know the guy that used to own that pretty well, and I know any and everything there is to know about that thing up to the point Petey bought it. As far as the build goes, I have a bazillion build pictures of that thing. Black Widow was a gangster. That was a beautiful, beautiful build, and an amazing freaking vehicle. Yeah, well, I'm not sure how long you've been on, but like I've said a couple of times, I'm staying home until the Blazer's done and ready to test. So if it's finished and ready to test, I'll be there. Otherwise, I'll be at home working on it. Let's see here. I can let me. I can pull up some pictures of it real quick. Give me just a second here. Oh, wait, what am I doing here? Gotta stop you. Share screen. So there's an old one. Putting the down bars in and building the long travel. So the nice thing about doing the long travel this way versus the struts and with the control arms is I have 12 3/4 of these shocks have 14 inches of travel. But I have 12 3/4 inches of travel. I don't bottom out either direction. And my caster camber, my wheels stay perfectly straight throughout the entire stroke. Bro, it's tough. It's been tough. You know how it is, man. I got so many. Sorry, I got so many pictures here that haven't been organized. I'll tell you this. Here's the most recent pictures are on my phone. I take so many pictures with this thing. Sorry. Oh. Let's do this. Oh, here, we'll do this. This will work. This will be better. On the toxic page is where all my updates are. So there's the dash. You can see my wiring's just about done here. I still got to finish the trans tunnel. It's no big deal. I put these gusset plates in with the dimple die holes. Just to help stiffen it up. I've pretty much overbuilt this thing as much as I could think possible for the rollover. It's got the funny car cage. You can see it's got wheel tubs in it. Yeah, there you can see the suspension at full extension there. It's a 86. This is done now. This is actually all. I had to update this page. So all of this is done now. All this tin work is done now. On the passenger side there, where those tubes are, right here is where my puke tank is. It fits that shape. And then the hose comes out of the C post. Looks pretty cool. There's what the wiring will actually look like when it's done. Not that gobble mess you seen a few seconds ago. Boy, look back when I had that big fat belly. Just hanging over there. So just take my time with everything. Label every wire. These heat shrink label makers aren't that expensive. I think I got like $150 in the label maker and enough heat shrink to do the whole vehicle. I love these Tin Soldier rails. So that's what I mounted my windshield with. I made my windshield myself. And then I just made this little center support here. I just took two of theirs. This one is double-sided, so you can bend them. But I just left it flat and then put another one in between. And TIG welded it and ground it down flat so it could be a nice looking center support. Oh, yeah, there you go. I got to put some updated pictures on here. This has since been cut, so it matches the profile of the C post. It looks a lot cleaner now. I have no idea what the heck all that is. Oh, it's my arm, duh. Like, what the hell's all that hair in there for? Oh. So, yeah, I didn't know what else to do with it. I didn't want to take it out of the roof or anything. And I pointed the hole saw at it and I said, Lord, please freaking, please don't let this turn out stupid. And it worked out pretty nice. That was when Dern was mocking it up. Now, I took a piece of tube out of here that's been at a 45. And then I got a rubber coupling so I can take the tank out. I guess I need to put some updated pictures in there. There's the puke tank. It's got baffles in it. You can kind of see here where the weld line is, and here, and another one here. That way, any water or fluids will come in here, and it's got one big long baffle that goes down here, and basically it would have to go through here, up, around, up, and through before it could spray out the track. Try to keep everybody safe. Keep any of that, if it does ever happen, keep that crap out from behind the vehicle. Oops. This is some wiring. Like I said, it just takes time. Anybody could do it. Label everything. Speed wires. I don't. The speed wire system is expensive, but man, it's so easy and so simple to use. What's up, homie? You had a good weekend. Looked like I enjoyed seeing all the pictures. Looks like you guys had fun. So yeah, there's that. I just labeled everything. I don't want to be at a point where I'm trying to figure anything out. If there's an issue in between rounds, I want to know what every wire is, what it does, and no guesswork whatsoever. It's just a little, not really necessary, but it just cleans everything up, makes it look a little cleaner, a little nicer. There's my diaper. Everybody should have one. Somebody asked me about these crimpers. I got these off of Amazon. They work great for the bigger lugs. What's up, Adam? Yeah, it looked cold, Everett. It looked cold. I'm sure you guys had a blast. Leg's doing great, Adam. Thank you. But these crimpers, man, they work great. Yeah, I put a double crimp on everything. And they were affordable. All of this stuff here, these 3 items here, probably like, I think under $100 for all 3 of them. And they make doing the bigger wires a breeze. So yeah, CO2 bottle mounted up there. Tin Soldier CO2 bracket. Those things are awesome. There's an old picture. The Moser rear end in there. Trans cooler. That trans cooler holds about a gallon of fluid. Make sure I can stay nice and cool. Brake light switch built into the master cylinder there, and proportioning valves. These nuts, sexy lug nuts. Big ass trans cooler. So yeah. So yeah, here, I'll do this. I need to update that. I'll update it here in the next day or two, but here's a link to it for those of you guys that aren't following it on Facebook. Oh boy. Yeah, those I used the old style that like put a dimple in them forever. And I saw those, and I saw those freaking hexagonal deals, and I had to try them. Now, be honest. So like if you're using a 4-gauge connector, I use the 4-gauge on one end and 8-gauge on the other. I don't know if it's metric or what, but it doesn't crimp the 4-gauge wire that I have anyways. Maybe it's just the wire that I have. So I had to do like a 4 and a 6. You turn 2 wheels. I had to do a 4 and a 6, and then I double crimp it. And I mean, I can hang on them after that. They were great. But if I did 4 and 4, it didn't crimp down perfectly. And like I got car audio background, so I'm really paranoid about that stuff, and I always make sure all my connections are good to go. All that vibration and jostling around, it won't take long for a shitty connection to come loose. And I don't want to lose a race or crash the vehicle as a result of a shitty connection coming loose. Bro, tell me about it. Tell me about it. That's how busy I've been. I haven't had a haircut. Listen, no shit, I haven't had a haircut in like a month, over a month. Usually I go every 2 weeks. I haven't had a haircut in probably 5 or 6 weeks. Yeah, but you got it, right? That's the main thing. If it's burnt that bad, you might consider another $130. That's the one thing, like, it ain't like the old days, hell, a dozen years ago, they were $1,200 and all that garbage, and I could understand it. But now, I hate to buy anything from China, but I'd rather buy a $130 China diaper than lose my car or run my car into somebody else's car because of the oil down. Nice. Hopefully she'll kill it. I'm sure she will. Yeah, the weight loss journey definitely has taken a lot of time away from toxic, but I had to get, that journey's been a lot more than just physical. I mean, it's done wonders for me mentally, emotionally, and spiritually too. So I wouldn't trade any of that for the world. And if I ever had to pick between the two, I'd have to sell that car and keep saving my soul and my mental state. You know what I mean? But fortunately, I don't ever see that being the thing. But yeah, definitely have taken some time away from but it was worth it. I wouldn't change it for anything. Oh, bro, so shaggy. But the one thing is, man, my health and my relationship with God and my relationship with myself needed addressed immediately. It was long overdue, and that old blazer could sit around and wait a little while. But I ain't where I need to be. I mean, are any of us ever truly? But I'm in a lot better shape now than I was, and now I got time. I can manage my time a little bit better and give toxic some love too. But hey, so for someone that had a live feed that wasn't talking about nothing, we've talked about a lot. But I think I'm going to get off of here and go get some stuff done before I gotta get to bed here in a couple hours. I don't know. So I got some update videos. I got to get going here. This Saturday evening, I did take a, we used to be real big into when I had Streetworks, when we owned Streetworks, and we were doing paint and powder coat and stuff, man. We were real big in the local MMA scene. We did a lot of sponsorship stuff with them. And I love mixed martial arts. And so I got a video I'll get together here in the next couple of days and get posted. One of my good friends for probably 25 years, man, is a referee, and he called me Friday night and was like, "Come on, man." So I got to sit ringside. So I got some good ringside footage of some local MMA I'll share with you guys this week too. I had a blast, man. I love combat sports. It's I don't know, man. If you've never been to local MMA, no matter where you are, in the country. I mean, UFC and all those big, I've been to all of them. All those organizations, and we've been down in the front row and all that stuff, and we've had a blast. But there's nothing like local MMA, man. It's like the local prep scene. It's just way better quality. People are hungry and more aggressive, and they go after it a lot more. It's a lot cruder, and that makes it a lot better. So probably why I love no prep so much, because it's pretty much same style. Yeah, I wish I had room to put my radiator in the back. The way everything laid out, I don't. But I only have like hell, that thing probably only holds like 3 gallons, so it's not that big. But it'll be up front, unfortunately. So, like, I don't follow Slap Wars. I can't say that I'm a fan of it, but if it comes up on a reel, I will watch it. I think it's stupid in principle, but it is impressive to see 2 people just stand there toe to toe, per se, and slap the shit out of each other and see, who's going to survive. But I would probably rather watch arm wrestling than slap wars if I had to choose. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can't get into it enough to follow it. But if it comes up on something, I always watch it. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I don't know. I just can't get into it. But I do appreciate it. I mean, it does take a lot of nerve to just stand there, braced and ready for someone to try and slap you and knock you out. There's definitely some kahunas that go along with that, and there's definitely some skill and some, some strategy and anything that goes along with anything competitive. But yeah, I don't go on my way to watch it. But all right, everyone, I'm gonna go get my butt to work. We're getting close to winter time, so I'm reaching out to people also, so we can start our winter tech series again. So if you got any ideas of companies, whether they're manufacturers or small local race shops or similar, who have products or building cars or whatever that you guys would like to learn about this winter, tag them. I know there's not a lot of you left here, but I'm going to go over. That'll be next week's topic for sure. But start tagging those companies and those people now, and so I can start booking all these, scheduling everybody for all these interviews, and we can start continuing your education, and mine, this winter, and have some fun. While we're learning. So everybody have a great week. Safe travels wherever you're going to race. And if you're not going, make sure you watch No Prep Felons live up at PYOP this Saturday. And hey, don't feed the crybabies on their posts. Just ignore them and go celebrate the champions. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Everybody have a blessed week. I'll talk to you next Monday.